Hi guys, welcome to Marnie's TV Zealots. Tonight we're chatting the gifted, episode 7. My name is Denise and my partner in crime is Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi, so glad you guys are here with us. Give this video a like if you're enjoying The Gifted like we are. Be sure to subscribe to our channel as we're going through lots of shows this fall. So what you think of this episode, Denise?
I thought it was pretty good. It was heavy on the teen angst, but
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, well, we got some other stuff. But so as we know from last week, supplies are, scarce, and room for that matter at the main safe house.
Right.
So they need to get supplies and stuff, obviously. But Eclipse volunteers to go because he's gotten a call from Carmen telling him that, he needs to remember their deal to, that he was going to come and be the muscle to this operation.
That's right.
So, yeah, so he says that he's going to go to Georgia, to Marietta, to get some supplies from that safe house. And so, he leaves. And meanwhile, Lorna is there training the youth or whatever. She figures, well, she's like, oh, it's been a while since he's been gone. So she checks in and she calls Marietta, and of course they say, oh no, he hasn't been here, and no one's been here, and they haven't had supplies in weeks.
Stop. Oh no.
Right. So she's like, oh snap, he's in trouble. So she goes to find out where he is. She finds out that he's with Carmen. Well,
Drama.
Yeah, a hot mess.
Oh god.
And she has Dreamer with her. It's just a whole hot mess. And she she sees him with Carmen. She sees him do the bad deed, which was to burn up drugs. And Carmen, gives him a little peck on the cheek for a job well done. It was just a hot mess.
Of course.
So so she's all pissed off and in her feelings. She's like, you know what? Let him save himself, because she had came to, to save him and kind of get him out of trouble with Carmen, but she realized, oh, he's in deep with her. So she leaves, goes back to the safe house, and he when he returns, he has supplies because Carmen is a mess, girl. She done gave him money. She's like, I'll even give you a paycheck so you can, keep doing good for the mutants. And, this is to support your cause. And, girl, she got one ear to the ground because she's like straight up knows that they low on supplies, knows all the business. Right. I'm like, okay, Carmen, okay. Anywho, he tells Lorna, she's like, how was Marietta? And he's like, oh, Marietta was great. I got the supplies. And she's like, wow. You bastard, you a liar.
Woo-wee, yes, get it.
Right. And so she, calls him out. And he's like, oh, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't know how to tell you. And, they have their little tiff.
Right.
And, that's where they leave it for them.
Okay.
Meanwhile, so the Struckers have their own little thing going on. They around here having family dinners and nobody else is invited. I'm like, hey, y'all sitting around having a whole meal to yourself in the middle of everybody and nobody's invited. Okay, so Mama Strucker is still trying to push this learning nonsense.
Okay.
And I only call it nonsense because I'm all here for education, yes.
Yes.
But it is not going to do them any good.
Right, they're fighting for their lives here.
Right. So she's trying to, keep them on the track, which I understand. She wants things to seem normal in their state of, whatever it is. Anywho, Mr. Strucker has figured out that Lawrence Boothang and has a criminal record, and he was stealing. It looks like he was stealing to profit himself, like things that for entertainment and stuff like that, not for survival, not for any other excusable offenses.
Right.
And so, first of all, Lauren and I don't know, I don't remember his name, but
I can't either.
Yeah, they were off on the rooftop, and he had them flying like they were Superman and Lois Lane.
Aww.
It was really cute.
Aww.
Like they weren't dressed as them, but they were flying over this beautiful scenery. And so and they were all feeling each other until Papa Strucker walks in and he looks for Lauren.
Right.
And he tells her all about his what he thinks this boy has done.
Of course.
Turns out he did do the thing, but it wasn't that. He was trying to survive, and he had to steal to be a part of this gang, so that he had protection and stuff like that. So it was like, so he had somewhere to live, I guess, and some food. I don't know. He tried to explain it to them. But Lauren was all teen angst and was like, you should have told me. Like, who leads with that? Who leads with it? Anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's just her. I get angry when she get on the screen. Anyway. Anyway, and at the end of the day, Papa Strucker tells him that he's not gonna rat him out, basically. And so he's like, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to come clean. Maybe they'll kick you out, maybe they won't. Okay. And so he does come clean, but he still decides to leave and go off to Marietta instead of staying with her. And she runs out, like, and they have a little kiss, which I can't even be happy about the romance because she's so terrible. But anyway, yeah, so that was that. So now with Sentinel Services, they are about to release all of the subjects to their experiments out onto the public. Just let them go ahead and kill people and do whatever they need to do in order to find out where all the mutants are hiding.
No.
Yeah, it's a hot mess. And so Jace really seems like he doesn't want to do this, but he's gotten himself mixed up in it with that Dr. Rodriguez, or I can't remember. Dr. something, but you know who he is.
Yes. I don't know his name either.
So this guy is vicious. Like, he's really terrible. It's awful. Anyway, the director or something gets called in, and she's like, no, we cannot do this. Like, this is it's breaking so many laws, and it's just it's not right. We can't do this and without a court order or whatever. And so he has his mutant friend make it look like she is having a stroke.
What?
Girl, yes. And now he's like, problem solved. And so Jace is like, okay, well, they're just gonna bring someone back to, take her place. And he's like, oh, that won't be for a few weeks. We could do a lot in a few weeks. I was like, this one right here, I can't.
Savage.
Yes, very much so. Now to what I want to really talk about.
Okay, let's get it.
Thunderbird and Blink. Okay, so Blink, we know, took off last week.
Right.
So they realized that they need her, of course. And so Thunderbird is like, I'm gonna go and find her. And so I was so ready. I'm like, yes.
Right.
So,
I shipped them so hard.
I do too. I do not want him with Dreamer, and neither does he. He doesn't want to be with Dreamer anymore. But anyway, I'll get to that. So he goes off and he does find Blink. And so he tells her, he's like, I was worried about you, all of that. And she's like, oh, so what you're saying is you don't need me? And he's like, no, we need you. Like, of course we need something, but I came looking for you because I, was concerned about you. And so she's like, oh, okay. Well, I don't have time for any of that. I'm still having these memories.
Wow. Okay.
Every second she back down memory lane. Anyway.
Wow.
But no, I get it. I feel her. Cause and he's like, well, maybe, you know what? I should have told you. She's like, you think? And so she tells him that she's going to look for that highway. Remember when she was opening up all those portals,
and kept going back to that same place.
Right. So she wants to go back there to figure out what happened. So he was like, you know what? I know you don't know where you're going because I just had to trace you. So why don't I help you find the place? And I'm like, yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he does. He helps her find it, but tragedy has struck, of course. And so it was her foster home.
Wow.
And so this family was really good to them. And so she but they were killed by Sentinel Services because, they were trying to protect some kids that they had in the house or whatever. So, but in the end, she was like, you know what? I'm coming back because it might have not been my fight before, but it's definitely my fight now because she wants to avenge her foster parents. And so they come back. And then Dreamer walks up and kisses him. And he's like,
oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. The look. He rolled his eyes. He like, I don't know how we get out of this mess.
Oh,
but I really felt like him and Blink had a connection, And he comforted her because she was hurt,
Oh. Why is Dreamer?
I'm over here making up a whole relationship in my head. You know it.
It's real. It's real.
Woo. Yeah. So I don't know, but it was a good episode for the most part.
Man, I'm so upset I missed it.
Well,
so is there a new one next week, or is there a break for the holidays? Did they say?
You know what? I didn't stick around long enough to find out because I had to get to the next show. But
the doctor.
Yeah. So that's it, guys. We over here having a personal conversation.
I know. My bad.
It's fine. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Bye.